Hello guys, and welcome back to another episode here on my Skyblock world. So it's been about 2 weeks since the last one, and the reason for that is, well, nothing much really happened in the week space between the last episode and a week ago. I was mainly focused on 404, and I was designing stuff in creative, really. That was really what I was doing. It has meant that I've got a lot more progress now done over the last 2 weeks rather than weeks, so I might make this series more of a every 2 weeks rather than every week, just so I actually have some content to show off in each episode. Anyway, let's get right to it. It's starting off where we were at the end of the last episode, and this area has developed a little bit. So villager breed is still the same. The iron farm has changed a little bit. Got this extra thing on the side, which is quite large, and you might be thinking, what the hell's that? Well, it's actually a timer. Super simple. Clock. It's using a boat with water streams, and all it's doing is going around. Then when it gets to here, activates the pressure plate, which then allows the zombie to scare the villagers. And the reason why we're doing this intermittently is so that the villagers here can sleep at night and still spawn iron golems. Added this clock in because we haven't got any comparators to do like a nice sort of clock system or ether hopper clock sort of thing. And I'm not going to change this now. But this is not my permanent iron farm. I will be making a better one in the future, but for now this is fine. And I mean, this clock's perfectly fine. The bit up here is to stop lightning, although I feel like I need to actually fill the gaps in here because lightning can still strike this bit and it will break the boat, which has happened. Also, the villagers are now being replaced with the mountain villagers because they got struck by lightning and turned into witches, so I had to replace all of them. The zombie was fine, actually, surprisingly, but the villagers weren't. They turned into witches. This clock idea was shown to me by Boas, so thank you so much for that. It was extremely useful. I didn't really think to ever do this, but he had done this before in his own Skyblock world where he had been playing completely vanilla Skyblock, so was not actually able to even get lava. So he needed to come up with more intuitive ways of doing things, and this is the thing he came up with. So thank you, Boris, for letting me know about this very simple idea. Most of the villages here are no longer there. There's only a few left over, and we use most of them to fill up the trading hall area over here. So I made a very simple trading hall. Now, in hindsight, should have made the gap here. So the gap here is 3 blocks. I should have just made it 1 block, so that's easier to trade with them, because as soon as they get onto the block over there, the third block, I can't actually click on them and trade with them. So it's sometimes a bit frustrating. However, it's mostly fine. So got my farmers here, which I needed initially just to get a few emeralds, but I actually generate most of my emeralds using iron by trading with the toolsmiths here, as well as the weaponsmiths who are over here. They also trade for iron, so I use the iron from the iron farm for my emerald generation. I've actually got one armourer, so where's he gone? He's behind there. There we go. So sells all of the diamond armor, which is what I'm wearing right now. So that's how I'm actually, looking all blue right now. And yep, he was able to give me that. I also got the tools, my diamond tools from these toolsmiths as well. And then the better enchantments I have. So I don't have all enchantments, but my sword is pretty much the way I want it. I don't want knockback. I don't want fire aspect 2. I don't really need them. But everything else I've got now. And then I've got the diamond pickaxe I want. Same with the shovel and the diamond axe. I have also got Fortune 3, so I can make the Fortune 3 versions of these if I wanted to. Also the best bow, and also my armor is pretty much the minimal as you can be. So I haven't got the special sort of the specific diamond and I haven't got the specific helmet and specific boot trades. If they appear with these librarians when I try and trade with all of them, so I haven't traded them all at maximum, so I've only really got like one trade with most of them. If it turns out to give me a trade I haven't already got, that would be useful, even if it's not a maximum trade, but I've got quite a few of the trades here. Now I won't go and speak all of the different trades I was aiming for, but on the screen right now is a list of all of the trades I was going for the librarian. Enjoy that list. And finally, I have some stonemasons, so I can actually get some nice blocks such as quartz blocks. And actually I needed it mainly to get dripstone, so this guy sells me dripstone, and the reason I need the dripstone you'll see in just a moment. But that does it for this area. And you may also notice that the bridge we have, or the wooden bridge we have here, is completely gone. I completely removed it and replaced it with a nether portal, because we finally have obsidian, and here we are in the nether. And my nether is very simple right now. It is literally just a couple of portals. So got 1, 2, and 3 portals, and they go to all the sort of areas I actually have got right now on the Skyblock world. So this was the iron farm and the villagers, so I'll use iron blocks here to insinuate that. I've also got some deep slate here, and I've used a lot of stone because I want to make this a bit more permanent. So don't want wood, I want it to all be stone or nicer blocks. So went a bit more with the decoration, especially in the center here. So I used a bit of deep slate and also some glowstone on the edges. I'll probably replace those with sea lanterns when I get to sea lanterns, but no, actually no, that's a lie. I will definitely replace them with sea lanterns. But I have been using polished deep slate because I can can actually get deep slate by the crafting recipe with cobble, and this goes to the spawn. So this is at my starting area. But because we're in the nether, I'm going to quickly go and show you the other stuff first. So over there is a gold farm and my piglin bartering system, but I will show you those in just a minute. First of all, I'm going to show you this weird thing, and this is a failure of a wandering trader farm. So this portal's meant to have wandering traders come out, and then the llamas can't get out, and they're meant to, the wandering traders meant to fall down there, and then I can go trade with them. So if you actually go over to the other side, so let's get that. Okay, so you can see there's quite a bit of redstone going on involved here, and I did design this all in creative beforehand, and I've used a lot of the iron from the iron farm. But the reason this is a failure because it just doesn't produce enough wandering traders, and by that I mean it's only like producing me one. So it's not been very successful in the slightest. But I'll quickly show you everything to do with it. So let's get up here. Now, this is the spawning platform, and we've got water streams here to basically activate and push the wandering trader into the center here, and then they go into those water streams, and then in theory they go into the nether portal, but this acts more of a portal pigment farm over hours of AFKing rather than a wandering trader farm, because it doesn't allow the platform to be spawnable for long enough, really. I'll quickly show you the redstone to sort of explain what I mean, and actually turn it on. So turn it on, turns on this clock, and it's just a simple repeater clock because I don't have any quartz at the time that I built this, and then activates, everything in sync turns on. But you can see here it stays on for the entire time the clock keeps going. So when the clock comes back, it will reactivate and turn the water streams off. So not a lot of time actually available per cycle for traders to spawn. So it's not very efficient, and I'm going to change this a little bit to be a bit better, probably have a longer clock. However, I might just redo the entire farm. I think doing the water stream way of doing it is not the best way to do it. I didn't know any way to have like the wandering trader pathfind. So if anyone knows of a good design for wandering trader farm, or a mechanic that can be used to design a good wandering trader farm, and it incorporates sending them to the nether, please let me know, because that would be greatly appreciated, as I really need the wandering trader to get quite a lot of items, and it's just a pain having to wait for 3 hours, and then on average for 3 hours, and do other things, and then like just check my computer every so often to make sure that I've got a wandering trader. That's another reason why this video is taking longer, because a lot of the time was spent AFKing for the wandering trader. Anyway, this farm's been a failure essentially, so I'll just have to redo it, and I'll keep you posted on the changes I make to it. But this wasn't originally in the area of my old platform for the wandering trader, and the passive mob farm, and the I say passive mob farm, the grass block I needed, the grass blocks I needed to spawn a few passive mobs, and the fox farm that we had to get the emeralds. That's all completely gone now. Took a while to get rid of. Another reason it's taken so long, I've been grinding, getting rid of wooden slabs everywhere, and yeah, so this is what's been put in its place. The final thing here in the nether is the gold farm and piglin bartering farm setup I have. These are extremely simple, and it is a pretty fast in terms of like spawning piglin gold farm, sorry. And it's really simple. It's essentially one platform here, so I have used it recently, so just let all the XP get to me. But essentially, you stand here on the deep slate, this piglin sees you, you anger these piglins by firing an arrow at one of them, and they will then come down the platform here, make their way up here, and then die by instant cramming in the minecarts there, and you get all the XP, and as well as the gold and all the other good stuff. But the problem is these hoppers just clog up way too easily. So let me just pick these up and put them away. There we go. So these clog up way too easily. So I need to redo this now that I've got quartz, and actually have some item sorting, because if you look at this, most of this is swords. Like, it's just so many swords taking up the chest space here, so I need to have item sorting to get rid of the swords, and then I can actually collect gold and rotten flesh. But it's a pretty decent fast farm actually. I haven't actually tested the rates, but I can just AFK here for like 2 minutes and get enough gold to run a bit with the piglin bartering farm. But if I could quickly actually show you it in action, so let's fire an arrow at this piglin here. You can see that they all come down, and more start spawning immediately as soon as they die as well, and then get loads of XP. So this is basically my XP farm as well, and it's pretty was pretty decent because it's very quick. Now they do just fall off, but it's not the end of the world because we are at the lowest Y level, Y equals 0, which allows these piglins to spawn so quickly. And this is also the maximum distance at which this pigman can keep the aggro going. So it doesn't need any longer than that because if you go any further, it just won't work. And it spawns quick enough anyway. So it's pretty decent. Now it's not magma blocks because I haven't got a magma farm, but the piglins get scared by the zombie piglins and they run off to the sides and they try to get to the blocks here, and that's where they fall off. So you can see here they're just falling off very easily, and we get rid of them that way. If we didn't do that, eventually we'd just get piglins spawning here, and it would only be piglins and not many zombie piglins. So we need to keep the zombie piglins count going up. Right, this is the piglin bartering farm. It's very simple. Just got 2 cells, 1 piglin there and 1 piglin there. Got a dispenser here, or a dropper actually. Oh no, they are dispensers. Why do they use dispensers? I should use droppers. Oh. Either way, it's droppers. It should be droppers, but I use dispensers for some bizarre reason. And essentially, it will dispense gold onto these lightweight pressure plates, and it will then be picked up by the piglins because they're on carpet, so they're slightly raised up, so they can pick that up. And then they will actually give us the drops we need. So I've not used a lot of it, but I've still got quite a lot of things already. So already got soul speed 3. Actually, that's something to add to my boots. Let's go ahead and do that. Nice, we have soul speed 3, which we can use very intermittently because we don't have much soul sand. Anyway, so we get all the drops now. We've got some gilded blackstone as well, which is one of the unique things with piglin bartering on this Skyblock world. One of the rules is to the loot table's been changed with the data pack to allow gilded blackstone to be part of piglin bartering, so that way we can get that renewably, which is pretty nice. I would actually support that. I would like Mojang to actually add that as a vanilla feature. I think gilded blackstone being made renewable via the piglin bartering system is a pretty good idea in my opinion. Got obsidian and stuff as well from this, but I've got to put that to my storage system. Same with string and same with gravel, and I'll take the soul sand as well. But we can now get all of these items renewably, so quartz as well, and that's the main thing I needed this for. So now I can finally start making observers and comparators, and I've already started making a few observers. So let's go and actually show you the changes to the main spawn area, because that's where most of the changes have actually been made to. And here we are back at the spawn area, and things have changed quite a bit here. So no longer have we got this pillar in the center because I removed it all, and that's because I got silk touch on my tools. So I was actually able to grab the crimson nylium and the warp nylium, as well as the grass blocks and the mycelium. Also got a lot more dirt now. So the reason I was able to get more dirt is because I've got gravel, so I was able to make coarse dirt, and then you basically double the amount of dirt you have every time you craft coarse dirt. And then what you can do with the coarse dirt is you can then basically turn it into a path or tile it with a hoe, and you'll then get a path block. Sorry, you'll then get dirt. So that's what I did in order to get dirt, and so I can now get dirt renewably, at least a small crafting way, and that's how I got more dirt. So I can use that for more like grass-based farms now. So I'll probably make a passive mob farm fairly soon, and then yeah, move the stuff over here. Now you may notice that the foxes I had from the farm have been brought over here, and they replaced the chickens because I brought them over with leads, which was foolish because they then immediately attacked the chickens and I was able to not do anything, so I lost my 2 chickens. However, I don't think I'm going to use any of these mobs except for the sheep. Cows and the pigs and the foxes here I'm probably going to kill or never use. So when I modify this area any further, that's probably going to be to get rid of them. Mob farm's still here, haven't made a new mob farm. I've got a very small smelter setup, auto smelter setup, so using charcoal from the wood that we get from the tree farm over here, which hasn't got any saplings at the moment, but yeah. And put your stuff in here, comes down here, gets smelted, and then goes in there, and then I can put fuel in the back if I want to. Yeah, the path that went over to the village area is gone. The path that went all the way over to the passive mob fox area and wandering trader platform is now gone, but the witch stuff's still there because I haven't changed the witch farm yet. I'll go over here first. So now we have this massive sugarcane farm. I say massive, it's a massive monstrosity of an outline of a build, which I made out of iron blocks because that's the block I had at the time, and I couldn't be bothered to make anything else. So I used iron, and then just very simple observer detects sugarcane, then activates the piston, and it does it in the most lag efficient way by just powering a block here, which then updates the where it actually does sort of quasi power the piston, but it gets updated, but the note block then updates that. So if that gets powered without the note block, nothing happens. Once the note block updates, gets powered, sorry, it will update the piston, and that's the way we do it. And I've also got a minecart out here to pick up the sugarcane that fall on the dirt here, because that's basically what will happen quite a lot of the time. And the rest of it gets pushed down into this water stream, collected into this hopper, and we get sugarcane. So this has been AFK'd for about 2 days, so it's not terribly fast, but this pretty decent already. So I just had a bot loading it in for the entire time, and I can then use this to make a large sugarcane farm in the future. How did I get the sugarcane? Wandering trader. So the wandering trader, I had, like I said, I AFK'd quite a lot to get a few wandering traders, and I can show you quite a lot of the things I got. So I was able to get some coal blocks, different types of flowers. I think I got all the large flowers now. I got some more saplings. So I've got some spruce saplings here. Where's the birch? I have some birch. There we go, birch. And I think I got some acacia as well. Yeah, there we go, acacia. I also bought a cactus, sea pickle. No, the hanging roots was from rooted dirt that I bought, which turned into dirt immediately. I got some small drip leaf. I also got some kelp. Got some moss blocks, so I can make a moss block farm soon. And what else did I get from there? I got the mushroom, I got the melon seed, I got the pumpkin seed. I also got the dark oak sapling, but I was an idiot and didn't buy 4. I only bought 1. So I can't even use it. So because you need 4, so that was stupid of me. And yeah, that was based on sea pickle, and that bought coal block as well. But yeah, that's mainly it on the vines. Yeah, a few little things I bought from them. I also bought, I believe, yeah, what else did I buy? Anyway, I bought a few things, so that's why I got all these little natural things. So I'll start making farms, smaller farms for them, so I can get them up, and then I'm going to try and get another wandering trader, mainly to get another dark oak sapling and maybe some blue ice as well. So I'm going to make a basalt farm. That would be nice, or I could just make an ice farm. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, no, nothing's changed in too much in terms of storage. Anyway, back over here. So yeah. We've got this thing here, which is basically a AFK. Well, it's not AFK actually. It's the unfortunately I don't think you can make AFK nano crop farms anymore. I think the mechanic with the piston updating and breaking the fully grown plant crop doesn't work anymore. I tried it. I tried a basic design by Eagle Eye, and it didn't work. His farm didn't work. So I think that's been patched, unfortunately, which is really unfortunate because those nano farms are really handy. But it is essentially the same sort of thing. So let's get some carrots to demonstrate this. So I'll quickly go up here to show you what it looks like. So basically got close to here to allow things to be grown, water under there, 4 dispensers full of bone meal, which should be mostly full of bone meal. Looks like, yep. And then you've got this sort of torch clock system here. So basically what's going to happen is you turn this on, well, you turn it off technically. These torches will randomly switch between to power it basically. And another reason I've got the glowstone here is to stop the light updates as well, causing a bit more lag. Ever so slightly, it's not significant, but yeah, it basically allows us to have the same sort of clock as an observer clock, because I did this again before I got quartz. But basically what we've got to do is go down here, stand here, and then you place on the shift and then right click there, grows, fully grown, grows, fully grown. When it fully grows, you just break it manually. So not as good as the AFK ones because you've got to break it yourself, but it is essentially a nano crop farm, so I'm able to do wheat, beetroot, carrots, and the potatoes, which is how I actually got the potatoes that I now have as my food source. So that's that. And then the final thing in this area is this little thing, which you might be thinking, what the hell is this? It is a obsidian farm, very small obsidian farm that I had before the piglin bartering farm. And all I do is get a lava source, place it here, it will then turn it into obsidian, and then I just mine it, and that way I get obsidian. So that's how I got into the end in the first place. Not the end, the nether. That's how I made the first nether portal, which is that one there. Right. Finally, a bit over here. So I'm going to go to the other end first and show you the other end. So on this side we have an automatic dripstone farm. This is the other thing I bought from the wandering trader. I bought some dripstone. So got quite a few here. Got 14, and what happens is as soon as this grows, this will change state and it will be down here as well. It will be growing down here. So let's just go into side. We've got some hoppers here. It'll go down. And once it grows down, the observer will see the change, and it's the same as a sugarcane farm with the block and the note block. It will then break it and be picked up by the hoppers. I think that was one of them. I think you just heard it. Didn't see it, but heard it. And it allows us to collect dripstone. It's extremely slow. This is from about 2 days worth. It's really slow, but it does mean that I can now use this for either a automatic lava farm, which I do plan on doing because I need a bit more lava sources for a large cobblestone farm that I want to build, and also maybe just making a larger flying machine based pointed dripstone farm, which I probably will do before I do that. And then this thing here is an AFK stone farm. So this will probably, it's best for having maybe efficiency 1 or lower, but I've got efficiency 5 here, so this is going to be quicker than it's designed for. But essentially you saw there, mind it all, and the observer will detect that it's gone, and then it will push forward. But because it's far enough away, I won't actually mine the observer. And this will be too quick now, so it'll start generating cobblestone as well. There you go, see? But essentially, just keep doing this, and eventually you will be done. So yeah, so that way we can get cobblestone. And I've got it all completely full here because I used a bot earlier today. And yeah, so right now, because I've silk touched it, it's actually doing stone and not cobblestone, so let's grab that. But yeah, got double chest of cobblestone right now, so I can start using this to craft a few more things, such as observers and pistons, so I can make larger things, including a larger cobblestone farm. But this is extremely basic, literally. I'll just come up here. Observer powers the piston. This is basically a monostable, so this will get one tick, push it forward, powers this block, which powers the redstone, which powers this line here, and below it are the pistons that push forward the stone. And the lava source here is flowing down onto water that flows in between here, so water will flow. And when that moves, the water will flow down to the middle, and then the stone will convert, the lava will convert that into stone, and that's how we generate it. So pretty simple. Allows us to AFK it for a fair while. I think this is after maybe 10 to 20 minutes, so it's not, doesn't immediately stay on for that long. Just had a bot here, stand here, and, breaking, mining away. And yeah, that's basically it. So this is much better than the previous one I had that was right here, which was just one cobblestone from one source. And then yeah, the lava farm here is still the same. So I'm gonna change this to be a much larger one in the future because I do need a few more lava sources. But yeah, that's really it for this episode. So that's all the changes. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I will see you again real soon. Bye bye.